Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. It is officially 2025, so I thought I would end the year off with me tier ranking all of the books I read this year. So a little bit of book stats for you. I read 69 books. I DNF'd 3 of them. 29 were fantasy, 26 were romance, 2 were sci-fi, 7 were thriller, 2 were nonfiction, and 3 were literary fiction. So I did the website, My Year in Books. I never used this before, so it said my top genre was of course romance, then young adult, then fantasy. My biggest month was May, where I read 14 books, which is actually insane. My favorite author was of course Sarah J Maas, but that's only because I read all of Throne of Glass. And then my recap for the year was some of my favorite books that I read. I've waited long enough. Let's get into the tier ranking. Okay, so first let me explain all of my ranks. So for the top, the S tier, I have My Life Will Never Be the Same. This book is a 6-star read. I think about it all the time. Then we have Chef's Kiss. This was a solid 5-star. I liked it. This is kind of like a 4-star. Would recommend. I don't remember a thing. Lots of times I read and I never remember. And then we have Don't Even Look at It. This is just like would not recommend. Hated this book, below like a 2-star. And then we have DNFs. So let's start with the first book, Swear on This Life. I remember liking this book, but honestly, I don't remember a thing. This is a recent one. This is The Songbird in the Heart of Stone. I really liked it. This one was really good. This is in the Crowns of Nyxia series. Actually, I guess I should do all the series. Serpent in the Wings of Night. I also liked this. And then the 6 Scorched Roses. Very hard for me to say. I'll put it and I liked it. There's one more book in this series. Okay, I guess I forgot to put the other book on here, but it is Ashes in the Star-Cursed King. That one I'd also put in. I liked it. I really like this series, but it's not like my favorite ever. It's about vampires, and I've given every book like 4 stars, so I definitely recommend it though. Damon Salvatore vibes. Okay, then we have The Second Founding. This was something I had to read for history. I DNF'd this. Eleanor and Park. This book was so cute. I'm gonna put it and I liked it. Then, oh my god. Then we have the Belladonna series. This goes in My Life Will Never Be the Same. This book series was so incredible. Loved it so much. The last book in particular made me bawl my eyes out. Highly recommend this series. Then we have Binti. This was something I had to read for English. This is a sci-fi. I want to put it in Don't Even Look at It. It was good. It just wasn't my cup of tea. The Heartstopper series. This, I'm going to put it and I liked it. This series was so cute. My problem was I've watched the show before I read the book, and the books are exactly like the show, which is a good thing because you can see it come to life, but nothing was jaw-dropping or super sad or super happy because I experienced it from watching the show. Next we have Part of Your World. I liked this book, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember anything about it. I love Abby Jimenez, but my thing with her books is I love it in the moment and then I forget about it. Now I did my yearly reread of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. This will always go in My Life Will Never Be the Same. This is probably my favorite series that I have ever read. I highly recommend this, but every October I read these books. I don't know why in October, it just gives off fall vibes, but of course these are all 5 stars, 6 stars. Literally love them so much. Maybe Meant to Be. This was Don't Even Look at It. I did not like this book, and I love K.L. Walther, but this book just did not hit for me. Then we have the U.S. Constitution. This was also something I DNF'd. Had to read it for history. Then we have The Fellowship of the Ring. I had to read this for English. I actually really liked this book, although towards the end, the last like 150 pages were so hard to get through. This is a really slow book and you really have to concentrate to read it. Then we have Blankets. I'm gonna say I don't remember a thing. This was good, but all I remember is they peed on each other. Then we have the Inheritance Game series. I'm gonna put this in I liked it. I really did like this series, but it was very YA towards the end, but I do recommend it. It is a super fun thing to read. The Hobbit, this was my last DNF of the year. I tried to read this on my own before The Fellowship of the Ring. Could not get through it. It was so boring and it was so hard to read for me. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This I surprisingly liked. This book was so funny. I also had to read this for English. All right, next up is Torn. I'm gonna put this, I want to put it in Don't Even Look at It. Now this was not a bad book, but then again it was. When I bought this book, didn't read the synopsis right, but it turns out she falls in love with her pseudo uncle, and she's like 17 and he's like 40 something. I couldn't do it. There were so many lines in this book that physically hurt me to read because it was just like ew, and then the dad finds it. Oh my god, I like cringe when I like think about this book. Like, read it at your own risk. It's not bad, but it's so long. I think it was like 450 pages or something ridiculous. Then we have Reckless. This is in the Powerless series. I'll put it in I liked it. I did like it. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but the ending was insane. Hold everything you own. I'm so excited for Fearless to come out. All right, then we have Archer's Voice and Travis. Archer's Voice is chef's kiss for me. I love this book so much. This was my second reread this year. Love this, love this. The quotes, the love story. So then the sequel, Travis, I don't remember a thing about it. I know Travis is like his cousin, I think. He's a cop and he had a love story. Don't know the woman's name, but I recommend it. Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. I'm gonna put this in I liked it. This was a cute book. Then we have What You Wish For. Okay, this book was so insane. This is like my second Catherine Center book I've read. I'm gonna put it in I liked it. I've said this so many times about this book, but they sing to a whale. But it is a really cute love story and good character arc. But just be prepared for honestly the craziest things to happen. Then we have This Summer Will Be Different. I don't remember a thing. I remember reading this in a reading blog and I was crying my eyes out. I have no idea why I was crying. Can't remember. I think there was a cheating trope in this though. Then we have a novel love. I just had a stroke. Then we have a novel love story. I loved this book. I read this also in a reading vlog. This book in the moment was so beautiful. I don't know if I'd had the same reaction if I took my time to read it. Honestly, every Ashley Poston book is just chef's kiss for me. It's a 5-star every time. I love her writing. All right, then we have Summer Romance. I don't remember this book at all. I remember it being cute. I think she's a single mom or she's going through divorce or something and she dates like a skater dude. I'd recommend it. I love Annabelle Monaghan. Then we have the Throne of Glass series. This one is really hard for me to place. I want to put in I liked it or Chef's Kiss. I guess I'll put it in Chef's Kiss. I do really like this series. I think I read it way too quickly though. I read it back to back with no fillers in between and I just got so sick of reading these thick books in the same world and fantasy. So I think I will reread it at some point and I think I'll grow a bigger love for it. But I do really like it. Then we have the One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next series. I'm gonna put One of Us is Lying and I liked it and One of Us is Next and I don't remember a thing. This is like a YA thriller. The first book I really liked. Second one, I don't remember a thing. They're fun. Good twist. Pride and Prejudice. Okay, this one's really hard for me. The 2005 movie is like one of my favorite movies ever. I rewatch it all the time. I cry. But the book was so hard to read because it is from hundreds of years ago. But I'm gonna put it in I liked it. I have so many tabs in that book, just lines where he goes like, I love you most ardently. It is just so beautiful. Then we have Rulebook. This is going in Don't Remember a Thing. I read this at the beach. I liked it. Don't remember it. Hello Stranger. Don't even look at it. This book made me so mad. I can understand why people like this book, but I just did not. The main character was just so stupid. I get mad just like thinking about it. When I finished the book, I literally was just like, I had like this face. Another book I didn't like is Trust the Emerald Sea. This was my first Brandon Sanderson book. I had to read this 2 times, one on my own and then one again for English. Each time I gave it the same. It was like 3 stars. This book is so slow for me. The beginning pages and the end pages are so good and I was so excited, and then the middle chunk is so long, so repetitive, so boring. I wanted to DNF it the whole time. I didn't read many thrillers this year, but the one I do remember is The Last Thing He Told Me. I'm gonna put this in I liked it. I remember binging it like all in one day. It was so like, it was just like this. I don't have a word, but like this is the motion I was feeling. It's not like a super intense thriller, but you're kind of finding out secrets of her husband. He like went missing and so they're trying to figure out stuff and then they find a lot of stuff along the way. And I think they made a movie about it. Legends and Lattes. I'm gonna put it in Don't Remember a Thing. Kind of weird to me. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. Then we have Powerful. Okay, this goes in Chef's Kiss. I really enjoyed this novella. I sobbed my eyes out. Oh my goodness. I think I've learned that I really like novellas. Then we have Powerless. I'm gonna also put this in Chef's Kiss. I really enjoyed that. This is just a super fun fantasy. The banter between them is so incredibly amazing. And then we have Funny Story. Don't even look at it. I don't know why I continue to read Emily Henry books. Every book of hers I've read, I don't like. I just don't personally get the hype on her. I can get why people like her. They're just one of those where like you read it and then you forget about it. But I didn't like Funny Story. I thought it was very weird. I don't think they should have gotten together. They just got out of long relationships and then they just kind of quickly got together. Even though they were struggling, I think they should have taken time apart. All right, then we have Just for the Summer. I really liked this book. Of course, as I said earlier with Abby Jimenez, you love it in the moment and then you forget about it. But I definitely recommend her books. I love them. Then we have Ready or Not. I'm gonna put this in I liked it also. This book was really cute. This was in the accidental pregnancy trope. I haven't read many books in this trope. This one did it justice. This one was really good. But I remember reading this while stuck in the airport. That was one of the worst days of my life, but this book made it a little bit better. Then we have, oh my goodness, These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds. This is a duology. These were so good. I'm putting them both and I liked it. I eat up these tropes, and especially the second one was so much better than the first one. So intense. There's like a love triangle. Then we have This Summer Broken Rules. This is going and I liked it. This was so cute. I love this. Then we have Lessons in Chemistry. I'm gonna put it in Don't Remember a Thing, and it wasn't bad. It just wasn't really what I was expecting. People said it was like made them laugh out loud. It did not make me laugh whatsoever. I thought it was really sad, really depressing, but it had a good character arc. Then we have The 7-Year Slip. I'm gonna put it in Chef's Kiss because I would put it in My Life Will Never Be the Same, but honestly I don't really remember much about this book, but I remember I really love it. It has magical realism in it. It's of course Ashley Boston and I love her. There's like a magical apartment and it goes 7 years into the past and the future, and she meets this guy randomly who's in her apartment, and then they fall in love and then they try to meet, and it is so cute. I really enjoy it. Then we have Brutal Prince. This is, don't even look at it. I could not stand this book. I thought it was a fantasy. This was like a mafia romance, my first one. I don't think I'll be reading any other mafia romances. It was weird. Then we have Every Summer After, putting this in Don't Remember a Thing. Also a cheating trope in here. Good summer vibes, but I just don't remember anything. Then we have The Bride Price. I'm gonna put it in Don't Remember a Thing, but I do remember it. But I just don't know if I loved it, but I did like the message behind it. It is a really good story about women in Africa, stereotypes that they're put into, and then the superstitions. The ending was very sad. I cried. All right, we're on to the last 2 books, everybody. We have Divine Rivals. I don't remember a thing. Here's the thing, guys. I liked this book to a certain extent. I don't remember much. I remember it was cute, but it was too like war for me. And the romance was like rushed pretty quickly, but it was a cute book. I recommend it. Then the last book is 5 Survive. I'm gonna put this in Don't Remember a Thing. This book wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be or what I expected. This is the final tier ranking for the books I read in 2024. Most of them are in I liked it. I think that says a lot about me. I like things. We had a couple that I didn't like at all. Don't even look at them. A lot that I didn't remember a thing about. So I think that just goes to show I need to take more time reading and like understand it and remember it. And then of course we have The Chef's Kiss, the one I think about. And I love that My Life Will Never Be the Same are both trilogies of fantasies. I think that just shows me, you know. I definitely recommend that you try this. This was so fun. I hope you had an amazing reading year, and I hope you have another good one. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye!